Day 35. It's not as cold as it appears. I didn't even see that. Uh, no, actually, it's quite pleasant. Do you hear how quiet it is? Yeah, all you hear is my coffee cooking, man. I didn't realize how loud that river was until I got away from it. I was laying down last night. I passed out hard last night. Oh, good stuff. Slept in late, too. Cool, my body needed it. Oh, right when I was done with my pasta side thing, I finished it though. So yeah, kudos to me. It's 600, 700 calories in me. I needed it. But right when I was done, I passed out, man. Don't even remember doing it. Um, and I'm meant to wake up early and go hiking because this next area is super exposed for the next, as far as I remember, like 20 miles. There's not a shadow in sight, on the trail anyway. I go off trail, I hide in the shadow. Luckily, I've got the sombrero going on, so, no big deal. But this area I was planning on doing well before the sun came up. It's a full moon out there. It's quite beautiful, actually. It's lighting up everything. It's not full, but it's big enough to do its job. So, got my coffee making, but, shit, it's almost 6 a.m. right now. Slacker. Oh, see how the body feels once I start moving again now. But it's nothing but, as far as I remember, mostly flat walking, a cute little canyon, but like a little canyon, it's kind of adorable in comparison to what we were in. And then just flat walking with, junipers around. Nothing exciting, but I'll do my best to have a good time. Let's get some coffee in us and get going. A new problem. I've never had it before, but my shoelaces, or my shoes themselves, are frozen solid. I cannot get those things on. I mean, they are frozen, man. And I had another zipper failure. Fuck me. Yep, it's not holding together anymore. It thinks it's zipped, so now both sides are screwed. Oh, man. I don't know what to do about that. Oh, here comes a fireball to save me. Good thing, because I could barely get my shoes on. Oh, they hurt so bad right now. My feet are frozen. I couldn't tie the shoelaces because they're just too stiff, so I was hoping the sun would thaw them out. Brr. Okay, it's definitely colder up here than it was down there. Oh, man. It's hard to walk. My shoes don't bend yet. And my feet are in a lot of pain. But the sun has finally come up. Things will change momentarily. And then when my shoes thawed, I can put them on proper. They couldn't even tie the shoelaces. They're just too stiff. I just kind of wrapped them around each other and left them there frozen. Oh, my toes hurt so bad. So bad. Oh, I'd say hike faster, but I can't even get up a normal walking speed yet. It's just too much pain. Ooh. I hate cold, and there's so much of it ahead of me. Fuck Colorado, man. Why's it gotta have so much snow? Ooh, okay. Everything's gonna be great. Whew, man. I'm just standing here facing the sunlight, trying to warm up. I was hoping to thaw my shoes out, but I got them all wrapped up, but those laces are still firm. Well, solid. They're solid. So yeah, there's no lacing those things up yet. They're very loose on my feet, but they're starting to become more flexible, so the pain is starting to subside a bit, so we're heading the proper direction. Fuck you, cold. Why do trails always have to be so cold? Even the Arizona Trail. Woke up every day frozen. Every single day, except one day in the Grand Canyon. It's like every trail for me is cold as hell. I'm still in the desert, man. Should be this cold. Sun sure is taking its time. Now the only shadow is on my feet because the grass. Needed to get at a better angle to thaw my shoes out. And I keep kicking stones because, there's a lot of stones on the trail. And normally I have those composite toes on, no big deal. But when your toes are frozen, oh, it hurts. Everything hurts. I can barely feel you. Do your job better. Well, I've changed directions I'm headed, so the sunlight should be hitting my feet. Funny enough, the toes have thawed, but if you look, that's ice on them still. Both of them have ice on them. At least the toes don't hurt anymore. That's what really matters. Alright, map says there is a campground at about a mile. And that'll be a good time for a second coffee and such. Somewhere on the other side of this hill. Hear a few shots coming from that direction. I assume the hunters are out there hunting. I don't know what they're hunting this time of year. But I'm wearing a sombrero. Way less likely to get shot with that on. Found a few logs I could set up. I'm going to sit on one, put my feet on the other, and let my shoes thaw out so I can properly put them on. Be nice to be able to tie them and stuff. It's actually warm enough to where I was able to do a wardrobe change. I'm not wearing a puffy nor gloves anymore. It's just the feet that are frozen. So, hey, improvement already. Only took like 4 miles to thaw out. Not bad. I finally made it over that hill. It was way more formidable than it looked. I see a random horse. Got belonged to somebody. 2 horses. I'm gonna say normally they travel in little groups. But I'm assuming since there's a campsite down here, they belong to a hunter or something. It's gotta be a lot easier to hunt from horseback. Or like those guys that were hunting from kayaks. Or last time I was here, there was a guy hunting on a what do they call those things? Quads. Riding up and down a dirt road, just making turkey calls. It's like, I'm pretty sure that's not even legal, but I know that goes on a lot. I watched one video where they just put a fake deer on the side of the road, and people would show up and shoot it not just once, but multiple times, and then get arrested or fined or whatever it is. It should be arrestable offense, maybe cut off a hand. Don't need yahoos shooting from their vehicles. That's how cool people like me get shot. But after you shoot the fake deer once and it doesn't move at all, why would you shoot it again? You wouldn't be like, oh shit, I just fell for a sting. You're like, I must have missed. And maybe it didn't hear it. Oh, there's a couple benches. Oh, and a whole bunch of horses. In hunts. Yeah. Palominos. They look happy. I like horses. They're like big puppy dogs. Almost always happy to see a person. Oh, perfect timing. That guy's leaving and I'm taking his benches. We have a privy over here. I do not smell anybody cooking breakfast. Shame on you. You're supposed to share with me. Did you not know I was coming? Would you know it, as soon as I come here and start hanging out, a pervasive cold wind comes on through. Luckily, I got my solar panels to block the wind for me, but still, stupid chilly wind. You can tell there was snow here recently too. Everything's still kind of moist. Certain spots that are in a constant shadow. So I have to assume that was snow, not rain, because it would have dried up a long time ago. It hasn't rained here in weeks. Oh, I do see water way over there. There's still water hanging out. I'm gonna go with snow, especially with how cold it is. All right, make some coffee. Maybe blow up the privy, but it's being used. There's a bunch of cowboys over there, like real cowboys, you know, doing cowboy shit. The other group is hunters, and I can only tell because they are dressed entirely in camo. It's not hunting, man. This is war against turkeys. I made so many mistakes with my shoes last night that I learned some things. I took my insoles out, so they'd be a little drier was my thought. Well, they were frozen solid too, so they would not go back in properly. Not even close. Not even close. I manhandled them in, and then once they thawed, because they thawed the fastest, and I did that while I was cat-holing, came back and I was able to get those back in. But the shoes, oh my god. Yeah, so next time it's like, because I think normally back in the day I never tied my shoes. I just had them in a permanent. So I think that's what the difference is this time. But if you go to bed with wet shoes, have them all wide open, super wide open, so you can at least get your feet back in. Because I thought I was going to break my ankle getting my right foot in. It was a struggle. I'm gonna sit here another 15 minutes or so. Just let my shoes keep sitting in the sun. I think I'm walking in this general direction next. Wish I had service so I could check the weather, but probably should have done that at Doc Campbell's. But as soon as I realized that I couldn't upload, I walked away from any Wi-Fi. I didn't even bother at Doc Campbell's because I saw that it says it kicks you off after 15 minutes. So I was like, no, never mind. And then the other place was nothing, and I'm not just going to stand by this hut. Like, there's that little trailer that we had, and people just hung out around it because that's where the Wi-Fi is. I didn't. If it would have worked for me, hey man, I'd have left my phone there. But, nah. But I probably should have checked in, told some people I was alive or something, but I didn't even think about it. I just wandered off without even looking at that stuff. I have no notifications turned on my phone ever, so I don't really want to know who's trying to get a hold of me. I know it's selfish, but at least I can admit it. Oh, that's proof positive that my feet smell awesome. They're like, yeah, num 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 num. This is better than the turd pile over there. Because realize there's a privy they could be invading, but no, that's way better. All of my hiking shoes have always gotten holes here, just worn out. And I always wondered why. It took me a while to figure out. It's finally these shoes that I watched it happen. That's how often I kick myself with that shoe when I'm walking. And I bam, straight off my own leg. And enough to take it all the way down to its individual layers. Notice I don't do it nearly as much on the other side, but I still make contact. Not a scuff on the other sides. That's all me. So if I ever wear crampons, I gotta wear boots. Or I will just gash myself and it's, hike over. The urge to hit the privy never hit me. I cat hold this morning. But sometimes when you see a privy, that surprise second poop just comes out of nowhere. Okay, headed into the cold wind in this direction. I'm assuming that dirt road on the way out. And then somewhere between these mountains or something. Hills. Not quite mountains yet. Today is one of those days when the backpack is feeling really light and comfortable. I mean, sure, I'm only 4 miles in. And I'm not walking through water. I realize just having wet shoes slows you down, much less when you're actually walking through the water and pushing the water forward, because you can't. I mean, if you do the big steps, then you make splashes, and they splash up your kilt, and you get your junk wet. So you just like slowly kick your legs through it. I thought of it as a good thigh workout. But my shoes were heavy. I just knocked a bunch of sand out of them, since I had my insoles out and everything. Figured I'd beat them up real good. And yeah, I pulled a bit of the river out with me. Yeah, this is a long, boring, exposed road walk. But it is so much better than being in brambles and thorns and cold ass water with equally little to look at. Gonna be a boring day. It seems like a completely asinine sign and a waste of money. Of course it's a forest trail. It's in the forest and it's a freaking trail. Which one is it? Where does it go? Thanks for coming out here and putting up that sign. I've made it to a part that at least is a wind block for me. How long that lasts, I don't know. So I know there is at least the other way, and I'm pretty sure this one meets up with the other trail, because this is only like a 8-mile or something bypass. And then I'm right back on the Gila River Trail again. I just get to miss all those brambles. But that area was not only exposed, but the road that you're on is the highest thing. It's like ridge walking, but not really, but kinda. Oh wow, man, there's a curve in the road. I haven't seen one of those in a minute. Sweet. Lots of trees. Yeah, it's real exciting around here. Hazy clouds. Not even cool clouds. Oh, look, 2 turns in a row. Man, I'm so lucky. It's exciting. Whee! I must say though, this is a very clean forest. The fire that came through last did a really good job cleaning everything. Everything's alive and happy except that one tree. But everybody else is super green. I mean, I can see where it did ravage the hill over there, but only in certain spots. It'll fill in. That's how a fire's supposed to work. You know, come through, clean everything up, kill off the weak, make room for some strong ones. But we build up so much stuff, man. We don't manage our forest properly as far as I'm concerned. We let shit build up for the longest time, and then when the fire does come through, it has way too much stuff to burn. It kills everything. Curious to see what the PCT looks like nowadays, man, because when I hiked it back in 2018, most of it had been burned. There's been a lot of huge fires since then. I bet you money it's on fire right now in at least 35 different places. It's a flammable state. Oh, there's Snow Lake. It was brown last time I came through, so hey, that's an improvement. So does New Mexico have bald eagles? Because that's the second one I've seen that sure looks like one to me. Of course, it's not going to fly close enough for us to be able to tell. I'm fairly certain the last one was too. I'm just used to seeing those in, you know, further north territories. The lake is a hell of a lot lower than when I was here last time. Last time, you know, it extended all the way. There's rivers feeding it from all directions, which is probably why it was brown. Back on the trail right at that intersection up there. Oh no, I gotta get my feet wet. Oh, there'll be a way across. Nobody wants to get their feet wet. Just enough little rocks to skip across. Seen better days. This time of day definitely does change a lot. I remember I came through here and I'd slept in the bathroom back there because it snowed. I left real early the next morning and it was still really cloudy, but there was holes in the clouds, little patches where there was not, and there was a really bright moon. And just the way it looked like searchlights were just cruising across the horizon, just where the moonlight was beaming through. It was gorgeous. Everything was kind of snowy, so it, helped with that, mystical look. Sure, it was cold and it sucks, but it's, New Mexico. It's cold. By my standards. I just got to throw that in. And now it's totally comfortable. But, ooh, when that sun is not around this place, ooh, deserts are like that. They get way colder when there's no sunlight, way colder. But since New Mexico is so much higher in elevation than Arizona, just more than I'm used to. Back into some shady trees. I see a boulder over there that I'm hoping is good to sit on. It's been a good 5 miles since my last break. Just because there's been nowhere to really take a break at, so I don't want to just sit on the ground in the sunshine. I'll sit on the ground in the shade. But I prefer a rock or a tree. Oh, and I have both here. This tree will do quite fine. So when looking at the map, there's water in about 3 miles, but there's not any for 20 miles after that, which is unfortunate because I've already walked 10 miles today, so there's no way I'm doing another 23. It's not happening. Maybe on my best of days, but today is not my best of days. So that means I have to carry more water out because I will have to camp with it as well. So that is unfortunate. It is what it is. I've been sitting here for, 20 minutes now. Just making sure I'm fully rested. I got to do a water haul. I don't think I've carried much water. I guess into here was the most I've carried. And I only carried 3 liters with me. I have to carry a little bit more, but unfortunately I lost my big bottle, so there's that. So I guess I'll carry capacity that I have without filling up my bladder, because the bladder's just inconvenient. Once I fill it, it doesn't fit anywhere, and it's heavy. So we'll just camel up, carry what I can, and, make it. Oh, they're just trying to get my shoes wet today. They just dried off, man. Well, there's a good chance in that little canyon there's water. Oh, I'm getting wet. Because it runs straight up the middle, and it's a pretty tiny canyon. I think it's that thing right there. I'm just gonna skip across stones. That's done. Well, this is where the footprints lead. It says there's a gate somewhere, but I do not see the gate. Luckily, people have made this convenient to walk over. I'm fairly certain this is coming out of the canyon yonder. You can't see it because it's hiding behind a tree. So I'm going to get my feet wet. No big deal. They'll be dry before the sun sets. Very green, long strands of snot. And that's because, if I remember correctly, there is a lakeish up at the top of this, and there's cows pooping all over the place. Good stuff plants to grow on, It's definitely no Gila Canyon, but it'll have to do. And that's why you have to check back behind you every once in a while when you're sliding through these things, because sometimes they steal your sock. Jerk. So far, no cool erosion. Big rocks made out of tiny layers. I think there's a good view. It's made out of tiny, tiny layers. There's more rock slides than anything going on in here. So yeah, nothing even really photo worthy in here. Maybe it would have been if I didn't just do the Gila, but yeah. But I believe that ridge up there is the end of this. And it's just a hard climb out with a lot of water on my back, but at least it's a short climb, because I'm pretty sure it just goes straight up. That's probably the coolest bit of erosion, because it looks like a wave with rocks sitting on top. That bottom part is definitely like twisted and contorted. And that top part's not sitting on it. Oh, good timing, because yeah, mosquitoes are breeding in here. Yeah. I noticed that a lot in the Gila as well. A lot of stagnant pools had mosquitoes in them, but not all of them. Which I found kind of weird, why some and not others. They're stagnant pools. Oh, maybe things live in them that eat them. Yeah, not looking forward to mosquito season. But it's an inevitability on these trails. I was wrong. It's just rounding a bend. It's not the end of the canyon. The sludge has turned to a mustard yellow. Somehow that's less appetizing than slimy green. And I get to go around here and then wind up into there. Yeah, the erosion in here is not nearly the same. People and their ridiculous wire fences. It's all the way up to the rocks, all the way up and over. At least it's easy to get over. You can step on it and it goes to the ground. It's got to be out of the way before it springs back up. Ooh, it feels really nice to walk on green grass. It's been a minute. Everything's been rocks, sand, or dead grass. Oh, so nice. It's up to her to repopulate this entire hillside by herself. Evidently there's fire. The little trees all died, but they're still standing. No, it's a definite change from hill to hill. That hill's all normal, and then it turns all rusty. And that rock right there is super rusty. Other than that, there's nothing else going on. Nothing. Managed all my crossings, as intense as they were, without getting my shoes wet. And with how small this thing's getting, I somehow doubt that's gonna happen. I didn't want to get my shoes wet. You know, I was willing to do it. It's a decently warm day. It's only noon, so they'd have plenty of time to dry. Even though there's no exciting geology going on, it still is rather pleasant. It's rather tranquil. Green grass, flowing water. Smells like fresh cut grass. Oh, it ends pretty soon. I'll be going up this hill. I see the trail. Oh, this is super blue. Oh. Alright, so every time I've come here, I've just kept taking the trail this way instead of going up the hill. This time I know better. Didn't know better not to come up this hill, but that's where the trail led me. I don't see how to actually officially get to the trail from where I'm at. I don't see it running down here anywhere. I see where it picks up on the hill. These solar arrays adjust themselves to the angle of the sun, but notice both of them are not facing the same direction, but I've watched them adjust themselves a few times. Oh, we got ourselves a little waterfall. Nice, okay. This is where I will collect from. So my first hiker of the day. Ooh, Outlaw is his name, not Bandit. I thought it was Bandit. Oh, there's hikers over there. They took the wrong way too. I've done that. Tee-hee-hee. Well, seeing two other people take the same wrong turn I did makes me feel better about myself. I think I might need to be on that trail. But there's a trail here too. There's one on either side. They both lead up. But the trail totally leads you up this creek and then down there. I made it a couple of swooshes into some rocks. And I thought, this is a great spot to hang out. And then I noticed the jandals hadn't caught up. And I was like, let me check the map. And sure enough, I was nowhere near a trail. But I happened to run into him right at the water source. Oh, it's short, but straight up. And of course up here, there's nothing but you and the wind. I will be the highest thing around for a while. Still snow on those mountains. And yeah, it's kind of ridge walking. But not. I'm betting that was like a forest boundary sign or something that burned down. There's definitely a beauty in this nothingness as well. I know when I tell people, okay, when you get to the top of this, it's gonna be windy and you're not gonna get to trees forever. And they get up here and they see those trees, and those are only a mile away. Maybe less. But it takes forever to get to the trees. You keep looking like you're heading towards them, but the road keeps veering. Eyes are seeing the shimmering effect of a mirage, like heat rising. I don't know if it's really there. I know it's not hot, but the air, I can see it moving. I'm guessing I'm seeing the grasses move, but at a severe distance and it just looks like a mirage. But it is pretty trippy. But I don't see it over here where I'm looking at the edge of grasses. Just way forward. Like it is a mirage. But there's no direct sunlight hitting anything right now. Oh, here we go. We're headed straight towards those trees. Oh no, we zag. And I see the trail comes way over there. I call it the trail, but yeah, we know what it really is. Clouds are quite beautiful today. They weren't a bit ago, but now I'm appreciating them. Wolf. Oh, I see rib bones. It hurts. Yeah. Let's see what we can see. Well, some of them ended up down here. That's a cow's tooth. That's just a tooth. There's more in the jawbone thingy right there. Did you know I have a picture of like every single dead thing I've ever walked across? Hey, some of the skull is still here. Huh? I wonder what got you. Oh, by the way, it's laying. I'm going flood, man. I don't know. I always thought that would make a cool mask. The first tree next to the trail. I'm gonna go sit under it because it's been a minute. Getting closer to those trees. But as you notice, it also curves. I don't see any animal poo. Nice. Fortunately, I'm almost at the tree line. I'm getting kind of tired. It's probably about 4 o'clock, somewhere near. I'm not looking for a campsite just yet, but I'm kind of looking for a campsite. It got a lot more pleasant now that I have shadows to walk in. The breeze has been muted to a gentle breeze. Opposed to wind, it was straight wind. But it has been way less windy this time than it was last time in Mexico. Way less. At least so far. Plenty of well-established campsites right when you get in here. I'm assuming finding a spot when I decide to will not be hard. This seems pretty mellow. Not all littered with downed trees or anything. No huge rocks all over the place. I mean, there's rocks, but some areas are just rocks. Oh, we got street signs. Bursum Road. I got passed up by two people. My God, the other guy's already like a quarter mile ahead of me. He's passed me a little bit. Everybody's faster than I am now. It's about 5 o'clock now, and I'm a combination of bored and tired. And hungry. I'm actually hungry. Let's see how I feel when I have that stuff cooked up in front of me. So yeah, I'm in the market for a place to crash out. Some jerk tied what we call mule tape around this tree. You can see the straight indent all the way around, but I was able to cut it. Nice. Sometimes they're just so close and tight you can't get your knife underneath it. Ah, you're welcome, tree. Guess I waited a little too long. Lots of big rocks out about now. I'm assuming I'll just come across the established site eventually. But yeah, this sucks for camping. Rocks on rocks. They look like dirt, but it's all rocks. Okay. Flat and relatively rock-free. Well, you know. Is that a firing? Sure enough. Not that I plan on building a fire. Oh yeah, look at all them beer cans in there. Oh, I'm right next to a dirt road. I didn't even see that. Well, I don't really care. This will work for me. Right over here somewhere. I'll just blend in my tent. Nobody will notice me. On tonight's menu, we're having some cheesy cheddar with a little pulled pork, maybe some mashed potatoes if it's a little too runny. It actually sounds semi-appetizing tonight, so yeah, I'm hoping it goes down well. Oh, by the way, I bought a chip clip to hold my door open. So much better than the little stupid tie things they give you. Oh, you're supposed to thread a thing through that and that. No, it's on the other side of it. But anyway, they're all stupid, like this one and that one. That thing and that thing. To roll up this door and do it. Pain in the ass. I thought about just cutting them off, but I'm not a weight whore. If I was, I'd be like, oh, that weighs a half a gram. But I just don't like using them. They're rather worthless. But the chip clip, awesome. Roll the door open, clippity-coo. When I'm done, I just take it off. Boom, door's in the way. Couldn't ask for anything easier. And come on, that barely weighs anything. Well, looking at the maps, if I'm doing the math right, which I hope I'm not, I still have 70 miles to Pie Town. That doesn't feel right because I thought it was only like, 60-something from there. So I got to be doing something wrong. But if not, I really need to speed up because I'm going to run out of food. That's 3 or 4 days of hiking. I don't have 3 or 4 days worth of food on me, even with as little as I'm eating. So, yeah, I need to turn on the speed. I need to remath this. But yeah, I think I have like 70 miles before Pie Town. All right, I think I was wrong on my math. I have no idea how far it is. I'm going between 4 different colored lines. So it won't do the math for me. I got to be like, well, I'm going to do this to this, and then this to this on this color, and do the math for it. It doesn't tell me how long each piece is. I have to push on there as close as I can to where I'm at and see what number pops up. But anyway, math, not my strong suit. So screw it. I have enough food. I'm just going to go with that. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. I'll make it there. I didn't die last time, so I'm going to die this time. Although somebody did hook me up with a family-sized thing, tuna last time. But I still have a few tunas left, so I don't need anybody else's tuna. Oh, that looks delicious, right? Actually, I tasted it. It's not half bad. I'm pretty sure I will consume the whole thing. I ate all my dinner last night, too, so hey. Gonna need the energy. I'm pushing some miles tomorrow. I'm not sure how far I walked today. Somewhere near 20. That's what I've been doing every day. Is somewhere near 20-ish. On the light side. I'm going to have to work on my speed a little bit.